জীবন হইল শেষ, না বাজিলে ঋষিকে।
জীবন হইল শেষ, না বাজিলে ঋষিকে।
জীবন হইল শেষ, না বাজিলে ঋষিকে।
ভক্তি বিনোদে হুঙ্কারে শিববার মনা সেব তোরে।
ভক্তি বিনোদ এই পদে পার নাম রস মতরে।
ভক্তি বিনোদে হুঙ্কারে শিববার মনা সেব তোরে।
ভক্তি বিনোদ এই পদে পার নাম রস মতরে।
ভক্তি বিনোদে হুঙ্কারে শিববার নাম রস তোরে।
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। गौरा हे गौरा हे गौरा हे गौरा हे। निताई हे निताई हे निताई हे गौरा हे। ठाकुर भक्ति बिना ठाकुर भक्ति बिना भक्ति बिना ठाकुर भक्ति बिना। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chaksurum militam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Radhikaya Vanchakalpatarubhischa Kripasindhubhya eva cha Patitanam pavidibhyo Vishnavibhyo namo Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna prema pradayate Krishnaya Krishna chaitanya Namni Gaurapashe He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesa Gopikatanta Shri Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavanishwe Namami Hare Vrindaya Tulasi Priya Krishna Bhakti Pradate Satyate Bhaktya Vidina Aparada Laksha Chitta Statamaditarangamati Vidvamaitvam Saranam Prapanna Namaste Charanaya Namaste Charanaya Vinde Namaste Charanaya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Sari Gauraparinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. So first of all, I'm paying my unlimited Dandavats Pranam to my beloved Srila Gurudev, Nichalila Vishnupad Patitapavan Srila Gauranga Goswami Maharaj, and also to the divine lotus feet of Nichalila Prahamsa Parigacharya Sutra Siddhi Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and his dear disciple, and also my Diksha Gurudev, Om Vishnupad Siddhi Srimad Bhaktivedanta Maharaj, and also my beloved Siksha Gurudev, Om Vishnupad Sutra Siddhi Srimad Bhaktivedanta Siddhanta Maharaj, who is merciful present here, to all the Gurus in our Rupanuga Guru Varga, to all the Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, and to all the respected ones. Vijay, can you bring my iPad, because all the mics are on. There's some feedback. So, we are now entering the fourth day of this retreat program. I hope it is going to be very delicious, because we are all suffering from
delicious and it's troubling us.
troubling, so I hope that's why it's worth it.
Killing all the virus in the body.
Yes.
The mic is
Oh, sorry, Maharaj. Yes, very much working. So, we have now heard actually already 2 weeks about the glories of our prominent, actually our Acharya, Sri Arupa Goswami. With many details, Maharaj has explained, actually tried to explain the glories of Sri Arupa Goswami, because in real time, like he always thought everything was what he is actually try to give us is just a little drop of His glories. So, what is the reason why we are emphasizing Srila Rupa Goswami's teachings? Because it is said that without hearing the teachings and actually the prayojan, our goal, we cannot develop greed for it. Because we have came here in this path with some sukriti, like I always mention. But sukriti is not... Sorry? But sukriti is not efficient enough to achieve this high goal what Rupa Goswami came to give us. That's why in Padyavali, in 14th sloka it is said, Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Mati Tritayam Yadi Kutopi Labhyate Tatra Loyam Api Ekalam Mulyam Janma Kuti Sukrita Na Labhyate. That Janma Koti Sukriti Na Labhyate. Birds after birds that we have accumulated on Sukriti is not sufficient when this Lobha, this Tatra Loyam, only that is not arising in our heart. So greed is actually what we actually have to develop in our heart. That is our mission now. Sukriti we have, by Sukriti we came to Sadhu Sangha. But what is the next step? Why we are coming here, why we are attaining this retreat, is to develop this greed. But how to develop this greed? Is to associate with the persons who already got the greed in their heart. You understand? The greed to serve the mission of Rupa Goswami. The greed to understand what Rupa Goswami came to give and what is the manobhishtam, the innermost desire of Mahaprabhu. The greed to be a part of it, to serve this mission from the utmost ability what we have actually received from the Lord. Because everything what we have accumulated from the day to day is by the mercy of the Lord. We think that is our own endeavor, that we are working for it, that we have the right for it. But actually, without the facility, all this facility what the Lord has given us, we cannot have anything. So that's why the basic thing what Rupa Goswami is telling us actually is how, in his Upanishadamrita, how we can surrender. How we have to surrender. And not only in the Upanishadamrita, like in his biography, you see when Rupa Goswami came to the Lord in Ramakil. After that, he went back. And he was totally, his greed came, that he wanted to be with his Lord. Isn't it? So he was restless. Although he had so much wealth, because it is said, the king, the Muslim king, Hussain Sahib, had given Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, like 50% of his wealth to take care of. 50%. So you can imagine what kind of wealth Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami had. They had everything, all the facility what you can imagine they had. But what did they do? First thing, Rupa Goswami, 50% of his wealth he shared with all the Brahmins. First, he make the plan. Okay, how can I surrender to the Lord? 50% of his wealth he donated to the ground. 25% in Chaitanya Charitamrita is written that he helped his family members. And 25 he took for himself for emergency. And from that 25, 10,000 coins he gave to Sanatana Goswami in case of emergency to deliver himself. So here he is also giving siksha. Now, actually in the past, you see also in other religion, it is the same, actually the same formula is going on. It was first the church who was, people were donating 50% to the church. Then the government came. They say, no, don't go to the church. Now 50% of tax you have to pay us. Well, now we are working, we have to pay 50%. From where this 50% came? First it was the church, then it was the government. But actually in the time of the system, Rupa Goswami was also paying taxes. So, surrenderness means not only that we are in the association of sadhu. Sadhu Sangha, Sarvasasya Karilava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarvasiddhi. That is true. But what to do next is how we have to take responsibilities. That's the thing. The sadhu will acknowledge his sishya not only because he is serving his needs of his body or coming to attend the classes. The sadhu will acknowledge his true sishya on his responsibilities. Although many faults can be there in the sishya, many wrong steps can be there. Maybe the person can be haunted by Maya. But when that sishya is trying to take responsibility for the mission of Mahaprabhu, then his heart is melting for the mission. Understand? That is how we acknowledge his sishyas. Who is taking responsibilities? Especially Maharaj. He is emphasizing this point often. No responsibility, someone who is taking no responsibility is like a dog with no master. So we are all a dog with masters because we have this chain. Isn't it? So we have to follow the masters. Take responsibilities. That is what Rupa Goswami did. Rupa Goswami could sit idle. But no, he didn't sit idle. He was restless. Restless. Because he got 4 instruction. Isn't it? What was his 4 instruction? What 4 responsibility he took? Not only 1, 4 responsibility he got. To discover all the places, holy places. Because it starts with that. But what is the holy place? Tirtani Kurvanti Tirthi. Where the sadhu is manifested, this is now a holy place. Where the honoring of our Guru Parampara is going on, and this Harikatha of Rupa Goswami is going on, now we have transferred this as a Tirthi. So where the sadhu is going, they are following Rupa Goswami's mission to transform all the places in Tirthas. And then establishing temples. Understand? That is the instruction. Why? Why we need temples? We can preach under the tree. We can do everyday morning walk. Everywhere we want to stop, we can ask questions to the sadhus, like we did in the morning. But it is important. This is important. To establish temples. Because all the religions are very expert also in establishing temples. But where is our Gaudiya temple? Where can you find? It's very rare. If you go to India, you will find, but if you see all the temples and you count all the temples and how much Gaudiya temple is less. But we are preaching the highest highest philosophy, the highest what you can get. We are preaching. And we are so less. That's why Mahaprabhu's desire is to open the temple everywhere where it can be, like Swami Prabhupada did. This is our mission. And where we have to support also, where we cannot open the temple, we have to support. Don't think, oh, someone else is doing, so I cannot, I don't have to do, I'm just going to make use of the facility. No. Gaur Govinda Maharaj, he was establishing this. He had the instruction to open his Krishna Balaram Mandir in Bhubaneswar. And don't think he couldn't do that very easy. He could do that because he was empowered by Swami Prabhupada. He was empowered by Swami Prabhupada, and at that time, very rich businessmen came to him and said, you don't worry, I will give you the full amount what you need to open the temple. And instantly he could do that. Very easy. But what was his reaction? He said, no, thank you. That is not the way. I have so many sishyas. And this temple is my Gurudev's instruction. And it is not only my instruction. The mercy is not only meant for me, but for everyone who wants to be engaged to realize this temple. So he told all his sishya to go everywhere in the world and collect. I have seen this. I have seen this with my own eyes. Like this devotee who is now in America, from Holland. Raghav Pandit. Raghav Pandit. At that time I was looking up. I'm always looking up to him. He was there in the brahmachari and he was very close to Gaur Govinda Maharaj. I saw his, and he was very fun. Because why? He took responsibilities. I didn't understand why Gaur Govinda Maharaj, he was so close with Gaur Govinda. I was very inspired by him. But later on he told me that I have took this instruction of my Gurudev very seriously. He was going to Australia, all over the world as a brahmachari, selling paintings and trying to collect money, and he was very good at it. Very good, expert in it. And my Gurudev was so happy with that. And it was from the locals also. You take these poor people, there are poor peoples from Orissa. He took money from them. He was going and preaching Harikatha, he took from the very poor people. He collected money. He said, why? He's got such rich, he got also some criticism. You got so many devotees from abroad. And now you're asking money from this local poor people. Orissa people. But my Gurudev's mood was high. Why? He wanted to deliver everyone. Because what can we do? Be serious. What can we do with our sadhana? How strong is our sadhana? We are all weak. So by giving our energy, but what is this energy? All our earnings from working is energy. By giving some of it for establishing this Rupa Goswami's instruction for temples, we are getting purified. This anartha is going away because we need all the help. Our chanting is not sufficient. We are chanting Namaparat every day. So how it will help us? Tell me. Little bit helps, but it's not. But doing this kind of seva, someone who's getting mature, they are more getting seva adhikar. They are realizing, whoa, I'm chanting now for 10 years, 20 years, but I'm helping nothing. So then they realize, oh, I have to do something more. I have to take more responsibility. That's why Maharaj is taking this responsibility. Why? He's a sadhu, going and preaching, same thing. Why he has to establish temples? He's got everywhere temple, all the world. That is also his house. In Holland his house, in America is his house. But what is his mood? To please and to be a part of Rupa Goswami's, Mahaprabhu's instruction to Rupa Goswami to establish. That's why he's doing it. time maybe people will think, oh, Maharaj has established another temple. Why? The other temple maybe is not finished and now he's starting a new project. Yes, that is something continuously we have to do. Continuously. And I'm talking with Maharaj. I'm telling you why I'm talking. I'm talking with Maharaj, and he's giving not only his Harikatha, but all his concerns also. You understand? That is someone who we trust. He talks only also his concerns. So much burden is in his head, on his shoulders. So much burden. You cannot imagine. You cannot imagine. Because to start a project, I know, I'm starting one project. I'm starting one project also in Holland. I know how much burden it takes because you have to wait for certain things, then you have to go and ask people loan and everything, and then you get criticized. Maharaj, same thing happened. He's taking also loans. It's not coming easily, but to give, if everything will come back, he will pay it. So much things you have to do. That is how we can realize it. But we have to take responsibility. I'm telling you. When we think we are mature, then you have to think, what have I done? What have I done with my energy? What kind of contribution I have given? And if you give money, you will be criticized also. We have also witnessed that. When you give money, then you get criticized. When you give lots of money, you will get criticized also. Be prepared. We have sold our house in Suriname, give everything to Gurudev for Navadip temple, we get criticized. Oh, you think you can buy Gurudev? You think that Gurudev is waiting for money? Paisa dik, tamasa dik. Huh? That is what he said. You spend money, then the Guru will come to you. It's criticism. You understand? But we don't bother with these things. Criticism will come tomorrow is gone. What to do? You just tolerate. Maharaj is telling me, just tolerate, as Prahlad Maharaj. But be always focused. Be always focused and try to inspire everyone. Try to make everyone Jiv Jago awake. What we came to do here. What is our responsibility? This instruction of Mahaprabhu to Rupa Goswami, Rupa Nuga Guru Varga. Establish temples, weak books, and Vaishnava Sadachar.
Srila Bharati Maharaj used to say, if criticism not coming to you, your preaching is not successful.
Yes.
That's the success of your preaching.
Yes. So what to do? We came in this path to also learn to tolerate, because before we came in the path, we didn't tolerate. That is the time of quarrel. You understand? You say something and Mahabharata is there. In family, in friends, in work. So now you came in this path. This week we are getting tested. If you don't get criticized, you are just going easy. But if you take responsibility, you will get criticized. You understand? So that is our job, to tolerate. And to be responsible. Not lose this mission. Like Maharaj, he is now establishing a temple in Faridabad. Very nice temple. I was very fond of this design. Modern with tradition and everything is very nice temple. But yes, he needs help. He's going and begging. He's begging. We are beggars. You understand? So, feel responsible where it is always just little bit. But I don't know, most of the people, many people also already donated. Try to take these opportunities. You don't understand. It is not, oh, we are now talking about money. These are opportunities. A mature person sees this as an opportunity. Now this mission came. And this opportunity came and I have to contribute something. Mahaprabhu is giving me the opportunity to do something. To establish something for his pleasure. You see, don't see it as a burden. See it as an opportunity. Then you will see what doors you can open for yourself. And how our Guru Parampara will shower mercy. This is how we get mercy. with responsibility. I understand. So that's why, please, learn from all these teachings of Govinda Maharaj, of Maharaj's words, and try to act, try to adopt. Where you can help, you help. You never complain, you just help. You will see when you give, you think you will not be in problem, so many other doors will open and many other facilities will come to you. I'm witnessing this personally. When you give everything, you will think, oh my God, how will I now do everything? But then all the doors are coming because Lakshmi is with Narayan. Then you will see how many doors it will. So, that is a part of surrenderness also. Rakshasi Viswaso, that Guru and Krishna, Hari Guru Krishna will maintain you. Rakshasi Viswaso, that he will protect me in every, since my acts are sincere for them, they always protect me. This is what we have to do. Sadhana and Seva. Two things. Sadhana and Seva. Sadhana is chanting your rounds, hearing Harikatha, coming to the attentive programs. But Seva, both are needed. Try to understand. That's the formula. That's the formula. And when we know this, and we act upon it, then you will see how much progress we can make. So, what to speak more? I hope this program, this retreat was very inspiring for you all. We are not finished. We have still 2 more programs to go tomorrow morning also. And I hope this retreat program, my desire is to have it every quarter of the year, 4 times a year, if it's on me.
4 times?
4 times. That is my desire.
It's too much.
Every month, every 3 months, it's just for a weekend. A weekend, something like that.
2 times retreat, 1 time India tour.
Acha, theek hai.
1 time America tour.
Acha, theek hai. But that way we can also do plus. What is manageable? How many vacation days we have to have everything. But retreat is something I personally feel it gives me so much empowerment. I was just talking downstairs. We are living as grihastas and associating with so much karmis, materialistic person. How wonderful it is to come in this building with only devotees. Huh? Live with him, wake up with him, Mangalarti, take prasadam, hear from sadhus. It's a wonderful thing. This reminds me of Govinda Maharaj's time in living in a temple. You understand? It always reminds me of that. Because I was the most happy at that time. Not marriage life, huh? But that life. As brahmachari in the temple, I was the most happy. And this reminds me. So,
Premanandi hearing this?
I'm also happy with her. That's not a thing. But if I see how it was with Gurudev, Govinda Maharaj, then I was totally free and wow, doing seva and always on that. This is true. Really. So I hope in the future we can have often this kind of programs. Thank you very much. Vanchata Bolo.
Anyone must. Tomorrow is Chutti.
Okay, tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight. You speak tonight.
Tomorrow.
Tonight. Tomorrow is. We have to do so many things.
Naveen bolega?
ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। पञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितनं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So first of all, I would like to offer my Dandavat Pranam to my Gurudev and Vishnupad, his daughter Sri Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Siddhanta Maharaj, and to Sri Padmada Prabhu, and to Nityalila Bhavistam Vishnupad, his daughter Sri Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and to Nityalila Bhavistam Vishnupad, his daughter Sri Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and to Nityalila Bhavistam Vishnupad, his daughter Sri Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and to Jagaguru Nityalila Bhavistam Vishnupad, his daughter Sri Shishimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada, and also my Dandavat Pranams and to all of his divine associates. My Dandavat Pranams unto Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and also unto all of his divine associates, and my Dandavat Pranams to all devotees present. Hare Krishna. So this Sadhu Sangha is very, very special. Very, very special. Having been brought up in the West, the people that I grew up with, very materialistic people. My parents, very materialistic upbringing. But this Sadhu Sangha is actually giving us life. The sadhus, they have life. And they're the ones that can give life. And this is the thing, that through this association, this is how we progress. Yata yata atma parim vijayate, so mat punyagata shavanadidane, tata tata pashiti vashtu sukshamam, chaksho yativanjana samprayuktam. Just like when in Ayurveda, if someone has the disease of the eyes, just like you can use ointment, just like this, through hearing Harikatha and speaking Harikatha, chanting the glories of the Lord, then we can remove this covering of the eyes, and we are able to directly perceive the Lord. But this can only come through Sadhu Sangha. So this Sadhu Sangha is very, very special. So we come into this devotee association, luckily through our Sukriti, that we get this association. But we may have this association, but when we leave, we may go back to our material life. So it's like a pot with many holes in it. This is what I'm like. You know, we're filling all of these things with all of these really good impressions, but as soon as we leave, what happens is we go back to our old ways. So what is this process? We're trying to fill these holes so we can retain more of what our Gurudev is giving us. And eventually, where we can go around, and it doesn't matter where we are, but we can still hold these things, we can still hold these impressions. So it's actually these deep impressions we get in association. This is what actually keeps us going. But this comes through regular routine. So Gurudev was saying during Harikatha that one can obtain mukti through chanting without following these rules and regulations, but only this very, very rare Radha Dasyam can actually be attained, but only through routine, through rules and regulations. So these rules and regulations are incredibly important, because it's like one has a shower every day. One needs to clean the body every day. So just like one needs to clean the body every day, one needs to clean the heart daily, Chaitodapana Marjanam, daily. This should be a daily thing. So we don't neglect our body. You know, we make ourselves look pretty, nice clothes and all of these things, but we neglect the internal state. And this comes through cleaning the mirror of the heart. So these rules and regulations are very, very important. And we've been celebrating the disappearance and hearing the glories of Srila Rupa Goswami. So Srila Rupa Goswami, very, very prominent Acharya, establishing so many rules and regulations for us to follow Upadesh Amrit, very, very important for all of us to know, and not just know here, but have here. We should know these things. What to adopt, what's beneficial for our bhakti, what should we reject, what's going to cover our bhakti. We should know these things. This is very, very important. This can only come through association. By being an association of those that actually have a genuine connection to the Guru Parampara, this is how we can start feeling this connection. An interesting point is we see this separation that's exhibited in our acharyas. It's very, very deep separation, like when Raghunath Das Goswami, when Mahaprabhu and all of the associates are leaving, he's experiencing such deep separation. But in my position, how can I feel this separation if I haven't actually met these personalities, if I haven't met Krishna, if I haven't, you know? It's only through the association of those that genuinely feel this separation can we start to even enter into that realm. By serving these devotees, engaging in seva, hearing their Harikatha, we gain this attachment. Shri Guru Charanarati Aise Uttamagati. This attachment to the lotus feet of Shri Guru is everything, is our everything. And through this attachment, if we fully attach ourselves to the lotus feet of Shri Guru, then hopefully we will detach ourselves from this material world. And these ties to the material world keep bringing us down, keep bringing us down. But we can still be in this material world and we can still operate, but our attachment should be there to the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas. So these retreats are really important because it's deepening that attachment for us. You know, it's deepening that attachment, reconnecting with the Vaishnavas. Because not only do we have such amazing Harikatha, but we have such an amazing devotees around us who also, you know, more senior to us, can help us out in different ways, talk to us. So like this, these retreats are very, very important. It nourishes us, but we should take away things from this. We shouldn't just come here and just take prasad and chat. We should really try and deep and understand why we're here. And it is to gain this attachment to Harikatha, because through this attachment to Harikatha, this is how we can judge how far we've come. How much are we desiring to hear Harikatha? Are we like Parikshit Maharaj, where he sat there for 7 days and 7 nights, not desiring to eat or drink or anything? Are we like that? Is our attachment on that level? Mine personally isn't. So today for me it's a reflection about that I need to really, when I'm listening to Harikatha, praying to the lotus feet of Harikatha, that one day that Harikatha can enter into my heart and I can get inspired to serve my Guru Varga, like Prabhuji was speaking, that we must take this responsibility. And one day I hope that I can give something to this mission of Mahaprabhu. Vanchakalpatarubhascha kipasindhyacha patitanam.
Shri Rupa Goswami Pad ki jai. Okay. Simple level or high level?
High level.
Yeah, we're hearing since some days high level. Now we come to ground.
You have to learn somewhere.
Yeah? Yes, Chandrika? Why are you not smiling today? Okay. Shri Rupa Goswami, who is prominent amongst all the 6 Goswamis, his relationship with other Goswamis, and there are some pastimes in those relationships. Let us hear those pastimes. Don't worry, I don't have corona, it's just some spice from the kitchen. Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, try to hear this very attentively now. If anyone wants to dive into this beautiful philosophy, never wants to come out. And it just need a little endeavors in the beginning. Little. But then it becomes very easy. To express love in the beginning is scary. I'm afraid of. But once you go through the flow, then it's not scary at all. The example is, you all never been to Haridwar. It's a 5-hour drive from Delhi. So next time when it's going to be India tour, we're going to go there. In India, if anyone, actually in India everyone been to this place Haridwar. Dwar means gate and Hari means Krishna. The gate to reach Krishna. Where the holy river Patit Pavani Bhagavati Gange, Shri Ganga ji is flowing. So in India, actually everyone, every citizen of India been to Haridwar. But if you ask someone, have you been to India? Jokingly say, oh, have you been to Haridwar? Then people jokingly say, well, one day we all have to go Haridwar. You know what is the meaning?
Burning God.
Huh?
Burning God. The burning God.
Meaning is, when we die, the cremation happens, then the ashes have to go to Haridwar. Many people, they throw ashes in Jamuna, Radhakund, etc. But I was serving Srila Gurudev. Personally, I was massaging his feet, his divine lotus feet. And one very senior devotee passed away. Very senior. And their servants, their sevakas, they came to see Srila Gurudev and said, we are planning to throw the ashes in Jamuna and Radhakund because nothing can be compared to Jamuna and Radhakund. Srila Gurudev said, it's good, but I also want you to go to Haridwar to put these ashes in Ganga. There's a significance of putting ashes in Ganga. And not anywhere in the Ganga, only Haridwar. The specific, there's a place where one put these ashes. And the Pindadan means the oblations to forefathers been done there. So whenever next time tour, we're going to go on the way to Haridwar, there's a place called Shukratal, where Sri Shukdev Goswami spoke Bhagavad Katha, the famous Bhagavad Katha to Parikshit Maharaj, and not to him, but 80,000 rishis there assembled. Naradji was there, Ved Vyasji was there, Agast Rishi was there, all those great sages, 80,000. And Shukdev Goswami speaking Bhagavad Katha without microphone. No mic for 80,000 people. Imagine this transcendental sound vibration. And everyone is hearing this. Everyone was hearing this. So what I was about to say? Yeah, that I said already. Gurudev said must go there. But why I raised this point? Something was going in my head. वो तो बोल दिया.
Specialties of Ganges.
Wait a minute. Because there was something happening in the kitchen, I heard that and I got distracted. I was trying to make a wonderful point. Yes, Prabhu. Yes. Shri Rupa Goswami's connection with the other Goswamis. Shri Raghunath Das Goswami. his connection with Sri Rupa Goswami. Yes, I was trying to say, I got the point. To express one's love in the beginning is a little difficult, but when you take bath and dip into that, then it becomes very easy. Just like I was saying, Haridwar, whenever we go there, you find water is very cold, icy water. And you'll see so much drama there. People just stepping into 1, 2, 3 step and it's cold. Can't go, but want to go, but can't go. So what is advisable? Just close your eyes and think you are not this body and you are this soul. And just take one dip, just one dip. That one dip needs little endeavors and efforts. Once it's there, and you come out and wow, no cold anymore. You don't feel cold anymore because the body is totally now used to that temperature. And then you find so many people taking it, again and again and again, diving in Ganga. I don't want to come out. And Patit Pavani, savior of the fallen, Shri Ganga Maharani. So just in the beginning is little difficult. And later, if you take dive in this philosophy, you don't want to come out. And that's why we raise our hands when we chant. Why? If you're drowning in ocean, anyone drowning in ocean, what happens? Save me, help me, protect me. But if you're diving in this ocean of Krishna Bhakti Rasabhavi Tamati, in this ocean of Krishna consciousness, then raise your hands and say, don't take me out, don't take me out. Let me stay inside. Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, relationship with Shri Rupa Goswami was so sweet that whatever books Rupa Goswami Pad is writing, if those books are full of separation of Radha and Krishna, why there is separation? So for understanding all this, you need to hear more and more. Just you can't conclude by hearing 2, 3, 4 days and we conclude in our head, oh, this is what the pastime is. But you have to hear the whole story. If you go and watch a movie, say 2-hour movie, and right in the beginning, 15 minutes you saw that movie and you come back, oh, bekar, stupid movie. But that was just the beginning part. You have not come to the last scene. That's why just concluding in hearing 2, 3, 4 days, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, that cannot be conclusion. The conclusion comes when we hear attentively and keep on hearing, then it comes conclusion. So there is separation of Shri Radha and Krishna. Why separation is so much essential? That separation enhances the union and gives more flavor in union. So Raghunath Das Goswami, when he is reading a book of Shri Rupa Goswami, there was not book, but he used to write on a tal patra, on the leaves, and the handwriting of Shri Rupa Goswami is like a jewels. Even now, his writings are preserved in Vrindavan. There is an institution called Research Institution, and the books of the original handwritten books of Goswamis are still preserved there. And his writing so artistic, and his words are so poetic in nature. So when he is describing the separation of Shri Radha and Krishna, Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, when he is reading that, Just reading that, he feels so much separation that wherever he was sitting under the shade of that tree, Shri Raghunath Das Goswami feels so much separation that he is feeling separation and the tree also starts feeling separation. And all the flowers and fruits of the trees, they're getting totally rotten. Seeing Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, this state of so much separation, he stopped eating, drinking. Actually, he was not eating, drinking. Just one handful of buttermilk. That was his diet. But even he stopped that. So much separation. That means he's so much into the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Seeing this condition, Shri Rupa Goswami Pad wrote one other literature. Dan Keli Komadi means collecting tax. Krishna becomes the collector and asking tax from Radharani and the Braj Gopis at Govardhan. And there's such a humorous pastime. How they both are quarreling, they're fighting, loving quarrel. And Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, reading that, is laughing loudly, ha ha ha. And he again regained his good health and consciousness. That means all his moods are depend on the literature of Shri Rupa Goswami. So Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, he wrote Mana Shiksha. And in that Mana Shiksha means giving instructions to one's mind. It's easy to give instructions to others. Do this, do that. What about your mind? My mind is uncontrollable and I'm giving instructions to others. First of all, I have to give instructions to my own mind. To tame the mind is most important. Most important. That's something which is very difficult. But yes, there is a procedure. The procedure is the words comes from the mouth. Somebody told me, why not bringing up good words and speak elaborately in a poetic form? Why only answering short words is not appealing to the heart? So words plays a very important role. Don't look. Words play very important roles. When a person is speaking, he is giving instructions to everyone, but to very near listeners, the most near listeners to that person is one's own ears. How much distance is that? With all of you, there is some, I think, 7 feet distance. But who is most close to me? My own ears. So when we speak those words, we glorify Radha Krishna, Sita Ram, the pastimes, or we are giving instructions. We are first of all giving instructions to our own ears. And the nectar from the mouth goes to the ears and come and sit in the heart. So there is a good connection between ears and the heart. How you feel emotions? By hearing. Yes? If I speak very pleasing words to you, oh, you know, you are very beautiful. Hell boy. It looks so good, huh? Because I heard this and my heart emotions start developing. And if I say, you are ugly, you are stupid, very unpolite, it looks so harsh, then a different kind of emotions develops. So all emotions develops through ears and goes through the holes of the ears and go to the heart. Then the impression develops, the feel develops. So there's a connection of ears and the heart. Yes? And many times I say this. How the ear look like? You see the ears? It's like a broken heart. When these two ears come together, it becomes what? Heart. These two ears, when it comes together, it becomes what it becomes? Heart. So that means when we hear Krishna Katha through these holes, both ears, not one. Because if you're hearing from one, there's a scope, it goes out from the other. But when both ears are given to the topics of Krishna, it gives emotions to the heart. Yes? Vasudha, what is the spelling of heart? Spelling of heart. Can't hear you. H-E-A-R-T. Right? Is the word ears present in the word heart? E-A-R, inclusive in the word heart. That means there is a connection of ears and heart. And that means we have to constantly hear. And even the word hear, there's ear. And it goes to the heart. And the word heart has ear. Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, embracing the mood of Shri Rupa Goswami and feeling that emotions by hearing and reading the literature of Shri Rupa Goswami. And what he concluded? Mana Shiksha, giving teachings, instructions to one's own mind, which is wandering here and there. So difficult to tame mind. So difficult. I'm not saying this. Krishna told Arjun. And what Arjun replied? He said, because Arjun was very powerful, he said, I can control the direction of the winds. No one can control the direction of the winds. Arjun said, I can do this. But it's so impossible to control the mind. And Krishna said, yes, I know. But there's a remedy. Chanchala hi man Krishna. Arjun said, the mind is very restless. But yes, there is a remedy. And what is that? Abhyasan tu konteya. By practicing. By practicing Krishna consciousness, mind can be controlled. But mind can cheat any minute and any moment. Everything going good. Immediately mind start become rebellious, or mind just divert his course. Immediately. So this is the introduction. Why Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, he wrote Mana Shiksha, wonderful and beautiful prayers. And in that Mana Shiksha, one very wonderful shloka, where Shri Raghunath Das Goswami is glorifying Shri Rupa Goswami. Who is Rupanuga? Rupanuga means those who are followers of Rupa Goswami. Understand what is Rupanuga? The followers of Rupa Goswami, they are known as Rupanuga. And the topmost, the prominent among all the Rupanugas is Shri Raghunath Das Goswami. And how he is glorifying, listen this, how he is glorifying Rupa Goswami in his own words, in his own literature, Mana Shiksha. Samam Shri Rupena Smar Vivash Radha Giri Bharataro Braj Saksha Seva Labuna Vidhaya Tadguna Yujo Tad Ijyakhya Dhyan Shavanati Panchamritamidam Dhyan Nitya Govardhanam Anudinam Tom Bhaj Manaha. What's the meaning? Mike. Our children, our kids here are very expert. Whatever, they are ready to answer any question. Go ahead.
Which one is
Quickly, just 1 minute.
Hare Krishna. So in the first Maharaj
Can you
quoted,
recite?
Samam Shirupena Smaravivasaradhagaribhrito Vraje Sakshat Sevana Labhana Vidhaye Tajgana Yojo Taj Ichakya Dhyana Shravanati Panchamritamidam Dhayan Nitya Govardhanam Anudinam Tvang Bhajamanaha.
Translation.
And translation is Samam Shri Rupena Smara Vivasha Radha Giribhrito Raja Sakshat Sevana Labhina. If you want to do directly service, if you want to directly serve Shri Radha Giridhari and their associates, then you should follow these. Then you should drink the ambrosial nectar of instructions given by Sri Rupa Goswami, which is composed of 5 components, which is Ijagya, means Sankirtanam, worshipping the deity.
Vijakya means archa.
Ijagya, which is Arjan. Shravana, hearing. Nati means offering obeisances. Dhyanam, remembering them. And then Sankirtanam. Panchamritam, this is the 5, it's a nectar composed of 5 ingredients. You have to follow that. And also, Dhaya Nitya Govardhanam Anudinam. Every day worshipping Shri Giriraj Govardhan Tvang Vajamana.
Very good.
Bingo.
We perform Abhishek to Giriraj Govardhan. Abhishek to the deities. And Abhishek has how many components? 5. Milk, yogurt, ghee, honey and sugar. Yes, Panchamrit means 5. With these 5 ingredients offered to bathing Radha Krishna, it becomes Panchamritam, which is so divine in nature. Then it's milk and yogurt and ghee, honey and sugar is not milk, yogurt, ghee. Then it becomes Panchamrit. If you keep all the ingredients prior to Abhishek, we'll say this is milk, this is yogurt, this is honey. But when you bathe deities, we don't say this is milk or yogurt or honey. How we address that? Panchamritam. So this is Panchamritam. But there is a very higher understanding of the word Panchamritam. And this is what Sri Raghunath Das Goswami is describing in glories of Sri Rupa Goswami. What is saying? Samam Shri Rupena. The word Rupena here signifies Rupa Goswami. So, oh, my mind is praying to his own mind. Oh mind, in order to attain direct service of Radha Giridhari. Understanding? In order to attain direct service of Radha Giridhari, who are always entranced by amorous desires. Both of their hearts are entranced with amorous desires. Means they want to love each other, or they want to serve each other, they want to please each other. For Krishna, the happiness of Radharani is the only aim and object of Krishna. For Radharani, happiness of Krishna is only aim and object. This is called love. So, in order to attain the direct service of Sri Radha Giridhari, who are always entranced by amorous desires, and the service of Sri Rupa, here, Samam Shri Rupena Smara Vivash Radha Giribharito. Shri Raghunath Das Goswami explaining. Samam Shri Rupena. And the service of Shri Rup Goswami, the associates in Braj, they must drink Panchamritam. You know, very soon we are going to have Janmashtami and we fast all day, dry fasting, no water. And how we have to break the fast? By drinking Charnamrit first. Don't drink water before honoring the Charnamrit of the Lord. Fasting has to be... how to break fast? By drinking Charnamritam. Panchamritam, sorry. Charnamritam, Panchamritam. So 5 elements, 5 components. And what are those 5 components? Tadi Jakya means worship. That means Archanam. Dhyan Shavanadi Nati Panchamritam Idam. What is saying? Archanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam and Pranam. Shavan, Kirtan, Smaran and Pranam. But along with Archanam. These are 5 components. This is 5 Panchamrit to them. And worship Shri Govardhan daily in accordance with the precepts of devotion. So in this way, performing Archan to Shri Rup Goswami, Shavanam of Rup Goswami, glorifying Shri Rupa Goswami. Although it refers to Radha Giridhari here. But Shri Raghunath Das Goswami is saying under the guidance of Shri Rupa Goswami. So the verse starts with Samam Shri Rupena, starting with Rupa Goswami. Smar Vivasho, Radha Giri Bharato. Under the guidance of Rupa Goswami, Archanam, Shavanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam and Pranam. This is 5 component. This is called Panchamritam. So in true sense, if someone asks you, why we need these 5 components to bathe the deities on, say, Ram Navami, God Purnima, Krishna Janmashtami, what these 5 components signifies? It signifies Archanam, Shavanam, Kirtanam, Dhyanam and Pranam. This is the significance of 5. And by doing this, everything is been done in this 5. It's all inclusive. This is how Shri Raghunath Das Goswami is glorifying Rup Goswami under his guidance. When Shri Rup Goswami left, means depart from this planet, what happened? Shri Raghunath Das Goswami felt so much disheartened, totally lost his consciousness. And his object of love was Radha Kund and Govardhan, Giraj Govardhan. He always want to stay at Shri Giraj Govardhan. He don't want to stay anywhere else. On the bank of Radha Kund. Why? Nirupadhi karunena Shri Sachinandana Tai kapati shatopi tad priyat panotosmi Iti khalu mama yoga yogyatam tamam grinam Nija nikata nivasam dehi govardhanatam Nija nikata nivasam dehi govardhanatam Nija nikata nivasam dehi govardhanatam. Only at Giraj Govardhan. Nirupadi karunena Shri Sachinandana. Without any consideration, Sachinandan Gaurahari has given Giraj Govardhan to Shri Raghunath Das Goswami to worship him and to honor and respect the order of his worshipable Shri Mahaprabhu. This is what Shri Raghunath Das Goswami writing in Manashiksha. Smaran Shri Rupena Smara Vivash Radha Giri Bharato. That Giraj Govardhan is Ishta of, worshipable of Shri Raghunath Das Goswami and Radha Kund more dear than his life. But when Rup Goswami Pad, he left this world, Shri Raghunath Das Goswami became totally destroyed, shattered, in separation from Rupa Goswami. That Giriraj Govardhan was appearing to him like a python who's coming to eat me. Python. And Radhakund is appearing to him as tigress. Tigress is coming to eat me. This happens when there is intense separation. Those objects of sense gratification or those objects which we love the most, they don't appeal so much when there is a mood of separation. They appear good when there is union. Everything appears so good. But when there is separation, nothing appeals good. Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya Jati Shastra Japastapa Apraneshu Dehasya Mandanam Lokranjanam. A lady, beautiful means wearing all those ornaments appears so beautiful. That's the shingar of the female section. Wearing earrings, necklace, bracelet, whatever, and endowed with all the ornaments, she appears so beautiful. But imagine, if that lady, particular lady, if she dies and the whole body is lying on the ground, and again she is wearing all those shingar, will she appear beautiful? Why? Same girl, when with the same ornaments, when she is alive, she appears so beautiful. Everyone wants to see her. But when she dies, suppose she is young, 18 years, 19 years, very beauty, that's the beautiful. And she dies, wearing all those ornaments on her body, doesn't appear beautiful at all. This example is given to understand what? Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya Jati Shastra Japastapa Apraneshu Dehasya Mandanam Lokranjanam. Any endeavors, any practice without Bhagavad Bhakti, the tinge of Bhagavad Bhakti has no meaning. It is just like a woman decorated with ornaments with her no life. Understand the point? So what is life here? Bhagavad Bhakti. If there is bhakti in the heart of devotees, then it is their ornaments. If there is no bhakti, and whatever good qualities are there, it has no significance. It has significance, it gets ornamented when there is Bhagavad Bhakti. Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya. Then it appears beautiful. A person is very good speaker. A person is very good devotee. Very good melodious singing. It appears so good when their bhakti is also there. Otherwise, Mandanam Lokranjanam. And what is that bhakti here means? Bhakti here means seva. Bhaj dhatu sevayam. One who has given his life for the service of Hari Guru Vaishnava. All attempts, all endeavors are there to serve. And service means responsibility. And taking responsibility means stress. Everything is related, interrelated. You can't escape. And taking stress means more dedication and prayers. Oh Krishna, why are you doing this to me? My own karmas, I'm suffering. And that gives more encouragement, more inspiration, and makes one more qualified in taking big responsibilities. And what will happen? More bhakti will come, more responsibility will you take, more bhakti will come, and more there is absorption in that practices. Without responsibility, mandanam rogaranjanam, just showing off. If there is no responsibilities. Responsibility is the best ornament. How to explain this? In simple words. If you appear very beautiful, everyone here is so beautiful and handsome. Imagine your features are very good, you're very beautiful, you don't have eyebrows. Or you don't have hairs, for us it's okay. For male section. But imagine a lady with no hairs. Or male or female have no eyebrows. Yes, Chandrika? How a person appears if there is no eyebrows? So I'm not describing anyone's beauty, but I'm just putting it very simple words to understand a very significant point. How this small tiny like a what? Like a bow. Arrow and bow, Dhanushban. This is like a bow. Has so much significance, this eyebrows. Or eyes with, what do you call, lashes? So much significance. If it is not there, what is the beauty about? Similarly, if a person have all good qualities, but there is no bhakti, those good qualities have no significance. And that's what he said. Yasyasti bhagavad bhakta kinchana sargunestei samasto suraha hara abhaktasya kuto mahadguna manorathe nasti dhavate vahi. Yasyasti bhagavad bhakta kinchana, one who is following and trying to adopt that Bhagavad Bhakti, naturally by default, one accumulate all qualities of associates of the Lord, immediately reflect on that person. Immediately start reflecting on that person. The qualities of the associates of the Lord. Just with the point of following, Akinchana Bhakti means Shuddha Bhakti. Naveen Prabhu, what is the definition of Shuddha Bhakti? By Rupa Goswami. You know, you're hearing this 10 years. Anya Vilash. Yes. You know why I ask you? So yasyasti bhagavad bhakta kinchana, performing Shuddha Bhakti, then all the good qualities reflect on that person. Hara abhaktasya kuto mahadguda. And you asking this question, when I will get the good qualities and why I am not getting good qualities? You asking this foolish question because you are riding on a horse, and that horse is your mind. You are riding on the horse of your mind. How are you expecting good qualities can reflect in you? Not possible. No. So bhakti means seva. What kind of seva? Selfless seva. Not with motives. Unmotivated. Unconditional seva. This is bhakti. And everyone who follows this appears so beautiful with the qualities. So, Panchamritam. What are Panchamritam? One, Archanam. What is that? Repeat after me. Archanam, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, and Pranam. I'm going to ask in the evening. This is Panchamrit. So to honor this, to drink this Panchamrit means to follow these 5 elements. Gaur Primanande Hare Srila Rupa Goswami ki Jai. Goedemorgen. Ja? Goedemiddag. Oh. Goedemiddag. No, because some are sleeping, huh? You're not getting my point. There are some people, they're falling asleep. So that's why I said Goedemorgen. Goedemiddag. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Mahaprasad ki